Hi, friends. I'm Katie.
And I'm Lauren, and welcome to Okay, but Did You Know? A podcast where we talk about the TV and media that we love with a friend who's never seen it before.
Today we're recapping and chatting about Bob's Burgers, Season 7, Episode 3, Tina Witch, and Episode 4. They serve horses, don't they? We always start off with a synopsis. Synopsis. That's connection in your brain. Um, and so here's Episode 3, Tina Witch. Halloween is approaching, and Tina is excited for the Wagstaff costume contest. Tammy overhears her say she wants to dress as a hot mess and steals her idea. She gets the idea to be a sandwich instead and is given a spell book by Mr. Ambrose. She casts a spell to win the costume contest and then every spell in the book. Her spells start to come true, but when she threatens the crossing guard, she ends up cursed. While her new practice has given her confidence, Tina ends up terrified the curse will come true. She apologizes to the crossing guard, and all is well again. Meanwhile, Bob carves a fun jack-o'-lantern to put outside the restaurant, but it gets stolen. He keeps carving more jack-o'-lanterns and watches to try and catch the thief. Mr. Fischoeder ends up being the thief and invites the family to see his Jacko-land, which sounds so wrong when I say it.
It really, really does.
But what did you get for the vacant storefront?
Sang Me to Hell Bra Boutique.
That's a good one.
That was a good one. And pest control was the bugs are coming from inside the house, exterminators.
That's for the Halloween movie trope. The calls are coming from inside the house.
Yes. So this is the bone that I had to pick with this episode.
There's a burger, though.
There is a burger, but here's the thing: is they explicitly say we are 4 days to Halloween. Why is there only one burger?
Oh, that's your bone to pick.
That's my
you're
bone
like, I had more opportunity.
I got excited. I was like, oh, 4 days to Halloween. There's going to be 4 different Halloween burger puns. No, I get one. That's the bone I've had to pick with this episode. The burger in question is Munster Under the Bun burger, which is honestly not even the best pun.
It's not, but maybe he just had a lot of Munster.
Maybe.
So the title of this is a reference to the 1989 movie Teen Witch, which if you have not seen that movie, it holds up. I enjoy that one.
Okay.
I watched that a lot growing up because my mom loved it. And I still enjoy it from time to time. It's a good witch movie to still go back to and watch, I feel.
Okay.
The script cover references the title font and opening credits of the 1964 sitcom Bewitched. We are really in the... like, it's been all witches lately.
Must be the season of the witch.
Lauren, Bouchard, and other Bob's Burgers crew members watched the Sam Raimi movie Drag Me to Hell while the episode was in production and inserted some references, including the store next door, Sag Me to Hell Bra Boutique. So they just pulled references into the show because they watched a movie together, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Tina's costumes in the previous costume contents are a zombified Little Bo Peep, a literal Captain Kangaroo, and Liberace? That says Liberace.
Liberace.
I was... Liberace? What's that? Liberace. There's no... judge me. I don't care.
It's fine.
So the page next to the incantation for winning contest spell in the Book of Spells is an incantation for self-healing. I can talk.
We've been doing this for an hour.
I know. Steps 1 and 2 are the same, but instead of instructing to carve the word heal into the candle, rather than contest. The rhyme in step 3 is obscured by Tina holding the candle, though. So the rhyme is probably different, but which, when it comes to candle magic, that's pretty much the gist of it.
Yeah. As we've established in past witchy episodes of things, magic is very unserious.
It's very unserious. And then the road going past the entrance to Wagstaff has been redesigned in this episode. There is a new bookstore opposite of the school.
That was new. Okay.
That's new. And now there's traffic signals at the end of the blocks. Those weren't there before.
So it's good to keep things safe.
I like that they're building on things as they go, because it continues to do that. It's a cartoon. They can build on it as much as they want to.
And in real life, towns, they add crosswalks and they add traffic signals to make things safer.
I wouldn't mind more bookstores.
Bookstores would be good too.
The vanity plate on the bumper of Fischoeder's golf buggy reads "Big Fish."
Okay.
Oh, goodness. There's actually, on Bob's Burgers composer's John Dylan Keith's SoundCloud account, there are 2 alternative vocal takes of Witchy Witch, the song played over the end credits.
Ah.
So I'll add that to the show notes and send it to you.
Mm-hmm.
I think I took these notes a couple of days ago before
Yeah.
work, so I completely forgot to send that
That's fair.
because I didn't even look into it. But I'll send that and put it in the show notes so that we can all enjoy.
Whoop.
And the following spells are the ones cast in the episode. So we have to win the costume contest. I make this true by closing my eyes and see myself winning first prize. For Louise's book report is not said, but Tina does write no book report on a piece of paper to burn.
Mm-hmm.
We had Jean's fish sticks. Fish sticks are what we desire. Give us food. Our hunger is on fire, which is interesting. The love spell is so funny to me because it's
Mm-hmm.
just her repeating Jimmy Jr. over and over again
Yeah.
while holding his sock.
Yeah. Because she has a lot of things of his.
And I've got a whole thing of like love spells, but still.
Yeah.
To get Linda to fall asleep, she of course says, Linda Belcher, not a peep, close your eyes and go to sleep, which
Mm-hmm.
is cute.
Yeah.
And of course, Jackie cursing Tina, in 24 hours, your fate will be worse because the girl who cast spells now is cursed. Spells don't have to rhyme, guys.
No. No, they don't.
But I just want to know, why sexy Judge Judy's?
Why not sexy Judge Judy, though? In real life. Because here's the thing. Like, I mean, I know it's the joke from Mean Girls that, like, Halloween is an excuse to dress basically slutty. You just put on some kind of lingerie and animal ears and you call it a day. But, like, honestly, for tween girls, why not sexy Judge Judy?
It's a choice.
It is a choice. Because also figure,
I
like,
think
Judge Judy is, like, usually on, like, when, like, you're, like, in middle school, if you get home. Like, it's, like, the right time of day for Judge Judy when you get home.
no, I think I'm coming from the mother brain of I don't want my tween dressing up as sexy anything.
To be fair, it wasn't even that sexy, though.
No, it depends on what they have under it.
Yeah. Like, I wore an I Dream of Jeannie costume one year that, like, did have, like, it was 2 pieces. I wore, like, a flesh colored leotard underneath it. I was very much covered.
Yeah, I like that those are available for things because
Mm-hmm.
then it gets cold. Halloween is cold.
Yeah. Well, if we say Halloween gets cold, this year Halloween up here, 80 degrees.
Yeah, ours was actually chillier than yours. I had to have a sweater
I
when I
hate
went.
that.
It was really weird. It was warmer for
I
you
hate
than
that.
it was for us. I actually I wore a hoodie through trick or treating because it was chilly.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like for walking around outside when the sun was down, it probably was a little on the cold side, but like chill, needing a hoodie of some kind. But like, that was a good year for costumes that
Oh yeah.
had skin showing. No one was wearing their parkas.
So you had to deal with Ambrose again, who is a
Yes,
witch.
there was. Yeah, I mean, well, witches look like everybody.
Mm-hmm.
He continues to just give terrible advice, and I wrote down, like, what is it with the adults that get hired by this school that just kind of go on random power trips? Because it's every adult that works at that school.
It makes me question like public schools more. Like, is this common?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't worked at public school in a very long time.
That's fair.
And the school that I worked in was a big, like a big public school, like a big district. So like, it's not like a case of like this, like a magnet school where it's like, it's elementary and middle school all together. But like, it's just every adult that they come in contact with at one point or another goes on some random power trip that they're not entitled to.
It's weird.
Like the crossing guard with Frond with like the stupid like their detention thing where they did the fashion competition.
I mean, just in the first season, second episode, he ends up at their house.
Yeah, like what is it? The guy that runs the school news also did like the cheer thing. Like it's just every adult these kids come in contact with in that school are just go mad with like the minuscule amount of power. The nurse.
Oh my god, the nurse.
The shaving heads. Oh my god.
The adults are like, it makes you really question the adults in this show.
At least the ones that work in the school.
I did write though that like Seymour's Bay has a lot of wishes. Like, why are there so many witches?
Yeah. Well, it's the Covenstead rule from Agatha. Anywhere within was a 3-mile radius, a coven there shall be.
And they walk to school. It's got to be less than a mile for them to be allowed to walk to school.
Yeah, I think it was a 3-mile radius was what Agatha. I mean, I know we're using Marvel logic, but you know what?
Marvel doesn't have much logic. Let's also just say that right now too.
Marvel does not. Jack Schaefer, on the other hand, she does.
Yes, give her
Jack Schaefer's got
everything.
all.
Give her
She's got
everything.
all the luck.
Like, I need her in charge of so many projects. I like Kevin Feige, like, he does some good stuff, but I need Jack in charge of, like, everything.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote down the line, "We thought of another costume idea for you. Chewbacca. It's Chewbacca in a cheerleading uniform. That's funny."
That was not a terrible idea.
That's actually a good one.
Yeah, I wrote down when she's going to the library. I went, then check vampires and cake. It's a doozy.
As a mother, I wrote, "Okay, you keep sleeping. I'll go save our lives."
Someone took my pumpkin. TMI.
I'm only 13. Please don't call me ma'am. I still feel like that.
Yeah. No, same.
Like, I'm 30 and people call me ma'am, and I'm like, no,
Yeah. You know, what are you talking about? I don't speak bread. I don't even remember who said that.
Probably Jean.
Probably.
What did you think of Jacko-Land? God, it sounds horrible.
It's terrible to say. Jack-o'-lantern. So, Jack-o'-lantern parks are fun. There's a couple.
I've
There's
never
a
been to
big
one.
one by. They're very cool. At least like they're cool the first time you do it, and then if you go like with like if you like your kids would love it.
Okay.
Because I think you get to look at a lot of like cool things made out of jack-o'-lanterns, and like they do like these kinds of light shows and stuff. They're very cool to look at. But the whole time of the episode, I had a theory that it was the raccoons, and I like my raccoon theory better.
But what if it had been Little King
I like my
Trashmouth?
raccoon. I liked my raccoon theory better than Fischoeder just zooming by, thinking people were leaving out jack-o'-lanterns for him to take like he's fucking Santa Claus.
He looks like Santa Claus.
He does.
Okay, but like, how cute would that have been if it was like Little King Trashmouth, and what was the other one?
they were just,
Diablo, El Diablo, or something?
Yeah, but so imagine them creating Jack-o'-land with the jack-o'-lanterns.
The alley would be so much fun, but like the pumpkins would be half
Right.
eaten.
Yeah.
I love the raccoons, and I love that the raccoons continue from time to time. We get raccoon lore, and
Yeah.
it's just the fucking best, and I love it so much.
I wanted more raccoon lore. That's all I'm saying.
When do we get more raccoon lore? Hold on. Let me see. Do we have more coming up?
But I also wrote down, why are we always talking about witches on this podcast?
I'm unsure. Oh yeah, always. It's always witches. I don't have. Oh wait, I can actually look at that up. I don't have an answer. Like when you said season of the witch, you weren't kidding. Is he a minor character?
Witchy season is year round in this podcast apparently.
Well, I mean, I'm a witch. Maybe that's why.
You are. I was complimented on the witchiness that is my earrings because I have moon phases and a dagger, but I like them. I bought them because I like them, and because the moon phases, like the triple moon phase earrings, have like a fake opal, and opal is my birthstone. That's why.
Oh, I love that. Let me see. Is it under K or L?
They're comfy. Oh yeah, it would be under Little King. Yeah, that makes sense.
Let's see. It better be on here. Little King Trashmouth has a page.
There you go.
Let's see. Does it show me the episodes? Oh, yay! We will see. Oh no, he's mentioned. Okay. He's mentioned in season 7. He's mentioned in season 9. You won't see him again until season 11.
Okay, I'll live.
That's sad. Give me more. We really, like, you last see him in season 4, episode 9, Slumber Party, and you don't see him again until season 11, episode 22. That is too long. Yeah, Slumber Party was that long ago.
Jeez.
We get through these pretty quick if you think about it.
Yeah.
But I love
we go through 2 a week.
Little King Trashmouth. The raccoons are like the best part.
They are. I wrote down back to the spells. Like the spell reads a little bit like the manifestations from The Secret.
I've never read The Secret.
I've only seen bits and pieces of it, but it's the vocalizing what you want out of life.
It's intention.
Manifesting that it's intention. Magic is intention. Your intention is not to die.
And like there's been actual proof that manifestation can actually come to fruition. But to have manifestation come to fruition, you actually have to put work in as well. There's so many people that think if I cast this spell or I do these things, it'll come to me. Everything will work out for me. I wouldn't cast a money spell, so to speak, if I didn't have a job. Yeah. Like, if I'm not working for said money, the money's not going to come to me.
Exactly.
So it's things like that. And then like my thing with
Mm-hmm.
love spells is you can't really go against free will. And I know a lot of people have the opinion like, well,
Yeah.
everything's free will then. If I'm casting a money spell, those people could spend their money.
Mm-hmm.
I work in a place that is perfectly fine for the clientele that comes in for them to spend their money. So it's not really going against free will. Trying to get
And
someone to sorry.
you're manifesting the money coming to you. You're not manifesting a specific person gives you money.
Exactly. Love spells are trying to get a specific person to fall in love with you. And if they're not meant to be with you or meant to love you, yes, that goes against free will. But with that, intention and manifestation also need reality.
Yes.
So,
This is also true. Like Tina finds out at the
mhm,
end of the episode, you know, that a lot of what she did was it was her confidence. Like, you know, maybe Jimmy Jr. was reacting to the confidence she was getting from these spells is why
mhm,
he seemed more drawn to her. You know, in hindsight, Gene always has fish sticks in his locker.
exactly. It makes me think of like
Things are
a beauty
just
spell.
happen.
A beauty spell. Some people will do. When in reality, magic like when you look at a lot of things with magic, like when you do just something as simple as a simmer pot, you make your house smell good. A simmer pot can make you feel good. It can be a
Hmm.
spell for good feelings. But like
Yeah.
doing something like a beauty spell, okay, a beauty spell could be something as simple like try this mixture on your hair as like a mask and it'll end up making it look really great. It's actual things that you are doing. It's not just
Mhm.
lighting a candle that has beauty on it and suddenly you're gorgeous. You have to put work
Yeah.
into yourself. You have to do the skincare. You have to do your hair care. You have to do things to actually manifest what you want. And so there's your lecture from the witch. We got Jewish lessons in the last episode, and now you got your witchy lesson for the day.
Yeah. Well, like a while back, like this is maybe like a year, like maybe 2 years ago or so.
Mm-hmm.
There was I kept seeing stuff on TikTok. I was like, this is a time to manifest. It was some moon that was in some phase of something.
Yes.
I don't remember anymore. But I do remember in that I wrote down and in it I manifested a fully remote job. I currently have a fully remote
But
job, but I have one. I have one because I applied to them.
you applied to it
Although
and you
actually,
worked hard for it.
to be fair, I earned the job. To be fair, this is a case the recruiter did reach out to me. I didn't actually apply for the job.
Oh. But
So there
you've
is
done
that.
enough to
But
work towards that job. It's not like you're just
I
sitting around without any
No,
credentials.
exactly. It's not like I didn't have the credentials for the type of job I was looking for. I had done the work and had the things on my
Mm-hmm.
LinkedIn that alerted the recruiter to reach out to me.
There you
So there's
go.
that aspect of it. Like I did the work I earned the job. I didn't manifest it. I didn't do anything there's no
Mm-hmm.
ether. I didn't even manifest this specific job. I manifested a 100% remote job.
There you go.
And I applied to those jobs. I created a skill set that made sense for those
Mm-hmm.
types of jobs. And here we are working from home with my cats.
I wanted a part-time job back in F&B, but I wanted a privately owned fine dining restaurant. Guess what I do?
There you go.
So
Work for a wine bar.
I work for a wine bar and still do actual bartending, like full bar bartending, which I was always told for
Mm-hmm.
so long that I would never actually be like a bartender. I didn't know enough, and
Mm-hmm.
yet look at me now. But yes, there's your
I
witchy
love
lesson.
Yes, I wish lessons. I loved Tina going through her goth phase
Oh my
though with the
god,
black
yes.
shirt and the choker. Like it just like it made a lot of sense. That's
Garth
where we were going
Goth
with this.
Brooks.
Goth, yes, Goth Brooks. But like, what was again with the with the cursing guard with the
The
crossing
cursing
guard?
guard.
Like a
He
cursing
missed a
guard.
joke.
That's what she. I should just run with it. I shouldn't have corrected myself. Like, I mean, she's played by the actress who plays Nancy on Ghost. That much I know.
Yes. Oh god, I didn't.
I don't.
I'm so sorry.
I can never remember her name. I think it's Betsy something.
I can't believe I missed that. I'm bad at this.
But she does play
It's been a
Nancy on
week, okay? It
Ghosts.
was Thanksgiving week.
It's fine.
That
I'm just
is, as I almost get the good God, Betsy Sidaro.
there we go. Like I always she's one of those people I always recognize her face,
Mhm.
I recognize her voice, name, no. But like what is like, part of it was like I'm beginning to understand why they burned witches was something someone else said in the episode.
Yeah. Oh God. It's one I never skip. Is all I gotta say. Like
Yeah.
I.
She's a witch, burn her.
What did you rate this one?
Now I have the whole Monty
Oh yeah,
Python
the
thing
whole
stuck in
thing
my head.
now.
Why do witches burn? Because they're made of wood. And why are they made of wood? Because they float. And how do you know if they float? If she weighs less than a duck. Sorry. I had to go through the
Never
whole thing, girl.
apologize for
It would
Monty
ne-
Python.
It would never stop.
Never
She
apologize
turned me
for
into
that.
she turned me into a newt. A newt. It got better. Sorry, I gave this 9s across the board. I got a 27.
I gave plot and personal 10, and
Mm-hmm.
character 9 because, like you
Okay, that's
said,
fair. The cursing guard.
what what is with the adults in this school? They're crazy. Like, why are they like
Mm-hmm.
this?
Yeah, I definitely the nine for character is definitely because of the adults and Tammy stealing the hot mess out. Like this, like every Halloween episode is Tammy just being an extra special bitch to Tina.
Every
I feel
time.
like every Halloween
And her
episode.
pining after Jimmy Jr. constantly.
Yeah,
Oh, to be a
every time.
13-year-old girl.
No, I'm good. I did it once. I'm done.
Never
I don't want to have
again.
another. I don't want to have another bat mitzvah. I'm not crazy.
All right, episode 4. They serve horses, don't they?
Yep.
Jimmy Pesto stops by Bob's Burgers and brags about how much money he is saving with his new meat distributor. Bob contemplates switching to the same distributor, and then Hugo and Ron show up. They inform the Belchers that the new meat is actually horse and blackmail Bob to investigate him. Bob plays along and tries to record Jack saying the meat is USDA beef. After many attempts, he finally gets Jack on the record. Jack is fined for his crime, and Jimmy Pesto is far from happy with the Belchers. And what did you get for the vacant storefront?
So average needlepoint supplies.
It's a little needle with the open side.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then I see London, I see Ants Pest Control.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Did this make up for your burgers?
Yeah, this one had quite a few. Although there's still one that was still half of one
Yeah.
because we couldn't see the full. So this one, so including the half, I have 1, 2, 3, 7 burgers. Did I get it right?
I love that you're like,
Including-
the last episode didn't give me burgers, and then the next episode's, here's 7.
I'm just, you know
I
what?
love you.
I am who I am. What can I say?
I am what I am.
I am what I am. So the first one was the Don't Fry for Me Argentina burger.
Yep.
That came with something, but I couldn't read what it said, I think.
Yeah, you can't see it. It says there's brackets, but Bob obscures them in every single shot.
Yeah. So the second burger is the half one, is something on a pretzel bun.
Yeah, it's definitely on a pretzel bun because it's just all you see is like Zill burger.
Yeah. I know what you did last summer squash burger.
I like that one.
That's a good one. Chili Wonka burger. I thought that one was good because also he's passing off, things kind of charlatan-y like. The corned identity burger comes with corned beef. I'm assuming on top of the burger.
I would assume so.
Yeah. Tangled up in blueberry burger comes with blueberry combo.
I've had sweet burgers before. There's something about, like, if you pair it with the right cheese, it's really good. Because, like, blueberries aren't super, like, they're not super sweet if you get the right ones.
Well, we've had this conversation before because I've had blueberry barbecue sauce.
Yeah. So if you do it like that, it's a compote. So I'm assuming whatever you combine with it should be great.
Yeah, I would think so. And the last one is When Harry Met Salumi burger.
That's for When Harry Met Sally. I don't know what salumi is because it's not salami. It's salumi.
I'm guessing it's meant to be a play on halloumi, the cheese.
Oh.
That would be my guess. When Harry Met Sally is a fantastic movie. I've watched it.
Salumi, Italian meat products typical of an antipasto, predominantly made from pork, and it is cured.
Oh, okay. There you go. So but either way, When Harry Met Sally, fantastic movie.
Yes. So it's
cured meat. All of Thanksgiving quoting it. We spent all of Thanksgiving quoting When Harry Met Sally, because my mother likes things on the side, as does Sally Albright from When Harry Met Sally, and we had pie, and there's pie and ice cream, and we were able to reference that line from the first diner scene for those who have seen the movie, where she asks for apple pie a la mode, but with strawberry ice cream if they have it instead of vanilla, but on the side, obviously if the pie is heated. But if they don't have strawberry ice cream, then she wants whipped cream, but only if it's real. Then if it's out of a can, then nothing. And then the waitress goes, not even the pie. No, yes, the pie, but then not heated.
I haven't seen that movie in a long time. I think it's time I rewatch it.
I've seen it far too many times.
So we do have Ken Marino as Jack Conway. He's been in lots of comedies, which is like one that really sticks out as role models. So when you see his face, you're like, okay, I know who that is. Like, honestly.
Yeah.
And this is the title is a reference to a 1969 movie. They shoot horses, don't they? It's a choice.
Yeah.
This episode contains 7 official burgers of the day, the most seen in an individual episode of Bob's Burgers. Um, on the end credits sequence, Hugo and Ron's swimming trunks match the colors of their respective ties.
Okay, then.
And I just start off my notes with poor Tina.
Right.
Like,
This
her worst nightmare.
This whole episode. Like, hopefully she didn't actually eat any of the burgers. We don't see it, but hopefully she doesn't.
No. And the other thing I wrote right after that, though, was just, the apartment is literally upstairs. Why use sweet and sour sauce to shave?
Because it wouldn't be nearly as funny.
I don't do sticky.
Yeah,
very
no,
well.
sticky is not good.
I don't like sticky. Nope.
But I loved Jean and Louise when Hugo said the thing about meat fraud, and they just keep guessing different ways. I wrote down is it when instead of paying your taxes you send the government a ham?
That's a good one.
That was
Damn.
a good one.
And I love when they're like telling the kids, "Oh, you can't be there," and Jean just yells out, "This is our Woodstock!"
Did you just?
Which funny story? Oh, sorry.
I was like, did you just kiss my ear? That was an accident.
So with the Woodstock thing, though, I had customers in the bar recently. Everyone was trying to figure out where Woodstock was. I couldn't remember. It's not like I've exactly
Woodstock, the music festival.
Yeah,
it's in Bethel Woods, New York.
Yeah, I couldn't remember at the time. I'm also in the middle of a busy restaurant trying to be the only server, only bartender, only person.
Without doxing myself, I don't live very far from Bethel Woods. That's why I know this.
See, I live in Georgia. I don't exactly know where Woodstock happened.
I live not too far from Bethel Woods, but also not too far from Woodstock, New York.
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, though, like when it comes to Woodstock, when you see pictures of it, it looks like the fucking Midwest.
Yeah.
It looks like the Midwest. So my brain goes to pictures. I'm carrying plates. I've got wine glasses in my hand. And this guy's asked me, "Hey, where was Woodstock?" And I'm like, "I don't know, the Midwest." And of course he Googles it. He's like, "You're wrong. It's New York." And I'm just like, I'm working. But I thought it was funny because then he's like, in the middle of everything, Woodstock. And I'm like, okay, that's the fun part of like doing the job that I do. You could be in the middle of absolutely the craziest shift and someone will ask you the dumbest fucking question in existence.
Sounds about right.
So, well, now I know Woodstock was in New York.
Yes.
Weird location and a very gross festival.
Yeah.
When you actually look into Woodstock, it's bad.
Yeah, if you value your sanity, don't Google it.
Don't do it.
Don't research it. But yeah, the kids' toy microphone as their wire was a real choice, considering, I mean, I know this is a cartoon, what have you. Lavalier mics are really fucking cheap.
Really?
Like, I used to have one that I would use for TikToks. I want to say without, I mean, like, it's one that plugs into, like, it plugged into a headphone jack, so I plugged it into my phone. But yeah, like, it's not the best quality, but if you want something that's, gonna record somebody,
yeah,
I want to say, without any level of discounts, my lav mic was $8.
That's hilarious.
Like,
oh my god,
they're I'm aware of the gag that it's a kid's microphone transmitting to a thing they're recording on a different kid's toy. I like the gag, but at the same time, I'm like, these things are so cheap.
It's Hugo.
This is true. Hugo is in fact the world's worst health inspector anyway.
He's horrible. He's like, I wouldn't say he's bad at his job, but he's not doing his job.
This is also true. He's
doing the job of the FDA.
He's literally doing something that is not his job. That is correct.
I loved the line, "Dad, you getting sweet on this boy?" Louise, I'm sorry. He seems like a nice guy, aside from being a criminal. And all I wrote is, if I had a nickel for every time Bob befriended a criminal, I'd have 2 nickels.
Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
Because Mickey.
Yes.
I mean, I guess technically you could count Critter, but like Critter's all isn't a biker gang.
That's different.
So it's different.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, Bob just keeps befriending criminals.
Yeah, I wrote down, how many times are they going to do this before they realize that a sting operation starring Bob Belcher is a losing scenario? I
mean, it's led by Hugo, so it was failed from the beginning.
This is also true. But they purchased a lot of horse meat. Although I did love the line at the very beginning when he said how much that he was going to save them, and Linda went, $400. That's like $500.
I love Linda so much.
But that's girl math for you. You just round up.
I need I need to record my mother-in-law speaking because she sounds just like Linda sometimes, and it's the best fucking thing in existence.
Yeah.
Like, I have a real life Linda for the most part, except for the raccoons. She has cats
Yeah.
instead.
Okay.
Just stray cats instead.
So it's a little more like Gail.
Yeah, a little bit like a good mixture of like Linda and Gail in one person
That's fair. Okay.
with the Long Island accent.
That is a distinct accent.
It's a very distinct accent,
It's a lot of fun.
and I've heard it, for like 12 years.
I've heard it all my life.
I loved the twins. This is how we were born. I know, I was there too. Are they in the rare number of people that remember their birth?
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't either. And if anybody doesn't know, there is a rare number of people in the world that actually keep their memories from the moment of birth. Like, actually remember being born. Like they have all of their memories.
Okay then.
Because everybody wants to remember that.
Yeah, that's not traumatizing at all.
Hence the twins.
Yeah.
This is how we were born.
Yeah. I wrote as they were running away. I wrote, "Slip and slide, Bob. Slip and slide." I was like, "Just go." And then obviously
The grass is wet.
he went through the hedges. But to Ron's point though about the book on tape, I was like, "So what is the book that is on tape read by Alan Alda? I need to know these things now."
Oh, yeah.
I want to know what book that is. I mean, not his voice is distinct. I can't say it's one that I would necessarily want to hear as an audiobook.
I just love that Ron's a reader because also, if you remember,
the library,
he had the library books, and now he's talking about a book on tape. Ron is one of us.
Now I'm curious. I'm legit looking this up now to see if Alan Alda has narrated any books.
Oh, I hope so.
I'm going to Audible.
I hope this is real.
Technically, okay, he has narrated books. Technically speaking, they've all been written by him as well, from what I'm seeing so far. Yeah, the ones that he narrates are books that he's written. So, Things I Overheard While Talking to Myself, Never Have Your Dog Stuffed, and Other Things I've Learned. If I Understood You, Would I Have This Look on My Face? My Adventures in the Art and Science of Relating and Communicating. So
what the fuck?
He's written some real interesting, more or less self-help books from the late 2000s and early 2010s. Because I don't
know how I feel about that.
One of them is from 2005, one of them's from 2007, one of them's from 2017. So there are books, and so there's also, there's versions that he's narrated, and there's versions that are narrated by other people as well.
I don't know how to feel about this.
Looks like is he part of this full cast? I'm just looking on Audible now for his name. But his name isn't on the list, but I'm assuming if it's showing up, this is a book by Tom Hanks that's read by a full cast of big names, because it's Tom Hanks. There's Natalie Morales, Nassim Pedrad, Holland Taylor, Rita Wilson.
Wow.
Dang.
It is Tom Hanks.
That is The Making of Another Major Motion Picture Masterpiece. This is a novel? This is so off topic, but
what masterpiece is it about?
Part one of the story takes place in 1940. Yeah, this is 1947. This is a novel.
Wow. Okay. I love how I'm like, Ron is one of us, as we then are sitting here like talking about books.
Well, I mean, here's the thing: is if you're going to tell me there's a book narrated by Alan Alda, I'm going to look into it.
Yes.
So this is us being so super prepared. Let's see what Alan Alda has narrated on Audible.
See, you say Tom Hanks, and I think of my nonfiction books where the Women's League. Oh my God.
A League of Their Own?
No crying. Yeah, A League of Their Own. No crying in baseball. The author talks about Tom Hanks quite a bit in it, because of course he's in the movie.
Can you, when you have a chance, send me a link to, send me just a link for that book or the title so I can look it up, because I do want to read that at some point. That book.
Okay.
At some point. That's not a right now thing, but
it's so good. I honestly, I read it, and I prefer my nonfiction in audio.
Yeah.
I read the actual book. I read it in one sitting. It was so good.
Yeah. I love that movie. That's a movie that it's a good movie all around, but it's another one. It's another one that I have a lot of fond memories, because my dad showed it to me when I was,
mine too,
10-ish. I don't know, because it's just a movie that he loved, and I think his reasoning for showing it to me was because I knew Gary Marshall, and Penny Marshall directed A League of Their Own. So
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, this is his sister," and he's like, "Oh, let's watch this." And I was like, "Okay." And it's like, it's a good movie about female empowerment and
She
women's
played
history.
Laverne.
Yes, she was Laverne and Shirley.
Yep. Oh yeah, it talks a lot about her and her
Mhm.
start. So the book really is it starts they talk about her and her childhood, her
Mhm.
upbringing, how she ended up acting, how that moved her into directing. So you learn a lot
Mhm.
about her. But then they start talking about the making of the movie and you find out you learn so much more about Tom Hanks about how it took him so much to become such a big actor. Like
Mhm.
he really was not that big.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't really wanted when he started.
Mhm.
There is a very short discussion of like Rosie O'Donnell pushing for it to be queer,
Mhm.
like it should have been, but obviously Laverne said no.
Yeah.
That was Laverne's choice.
Yeah, I've heard those interviews where she would tell her basically like make it less gay, and she basically was like, I can't.
Hmm. But yeah. Any other thoughts on this? I love that we
Yeah.
have these episodes. We have better things to talk about. Like that's how I feel about this.
Yeah, this is an episode where like it's certainly one that exists. I did also write down at the very beginning, Jimmy Pesto's tan makes him look more racist. Am I wrong?
Damn.
Am I wrong though?
You're not. I see him, and all I can think about is Jersey Shore.
No, that's fair. That was a trip of a show. Not a one of them
It
was
was
not a one of them was from New Jersey.
not one, because Jenny was from New York.
Most of them were from New York.
Yeah, like either New York. I think one was from Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Like none of them were from
No,
New Jersey.
which I guess makes it even more, I guess, accurate of like the people that go to the Jersey Shore for the summer. I mean, like
Hmm.
I've only been to certain places on the Jersey Shore. I haven't seen that side of things. I would prefer to never see that side of things if I can.
It makes me curious if it's still like that.
I I don't know. The last time I went to anywhere that's on the Jersey Shore, I went to Ocean City, New Jersey, which is we were like just too early for like this season, so it was like most things were still closed. It was like pretty quiet. But Ocean City, New Jersey is a dry municipality. There is no alcohol
Oh,
in that municipality. If you go across the causeway, like back to like right to like the next town over, there's a liquor store right there. But
oh, I'm not
but
surprised.
within the municipality that is Ocean City, there is no alcohol allowed. So when my family went, we spent a lot of time in Atlantic City.
I've never been there either. I
we
want to though.
we had fun, none of us are huge gamblers, so like we got dinner we went to one of the hotels, we got dinner, and like we play slots, like we put in a 20 and we play slots for a little while. I played video poker. My brother like went to one of the tables for for a little while. But like none of us walked away with a lot of money, but none of us lost a lot of money. At most, any
Yeah.
one of us maybe lost $50. Like we're not really the biggest gamblers.
No, that's a good thing actually.
Yeah.
But what did you rate this?
6s across the board. It gets an 18.
Not
Gets an
surprised.
18. It's fine. It's a repetitive gag of the sting operation continually failing and Hugo putting faith in
Mm-hmm.
Bob somehow. I don't know why. And then just the end of it being again kind of repetitive of him trying to get the tape back and everything. It's just with him trying and failing to get him to speak into the speaker in his pocket. I was good.
Yeah, I understand that. I gave character 9
Okay.
because I really like it's the whole family being chaotic together.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons I really love the show.
Mm-hmm.
But plot only gets a 7 because just not the best plot going on here.
Yeah.
But personal 8, so I gave it a 24.
Okay.
So not terrible.
Yeah.
It's an episode that exists. I feel like the next episode for you, like next 2 episodes technically, are gonna be really interesting though.
Okay. What are
Because we've seemed to have this trend of like episode we really love, episode we really love, now we're gonna have episode that I really love
okay?
and the Quirk Deucers.
Which we did establish is a producer's parody.
It is. And I'm really curious which way you're gonna feel about
That
it.
will be
because
interesting.
of what happens in it.
Okay, then.
So, and I'm curious, are we gonna continue like in this pattern that we have forming? Really great, really great, Like, is that going to continue? Because the last gingerbread house on the left is kind of perfect timing because it's our Christmas episode that we get to watch in December.
Yeah. I love when that happens.
So you're also in the mood too.
Yeah.
It's not like June and you're watching a Christmas
Like
episode.
the last time we watched one.
Like the last time we watched one. And then of course, it's just, I'm really curious with the pattern that we have forming is all.
Mhm.
And I'm just hopeful that the pattern doesn't stick because that means half the episodes aren't good.
Well, like with Once even, like we were in a little bit of a thing of
Yeah.
like, well, it was last 2 episodes for Once Upon a Time was like we had the tower, which was so blah. Like we're like, why do we have
Mm-hmm.
this? And then the next one was so full of stuff. We're like, why did we still continue? Why did we even have that episode? So both episodes just ended up being kind of fine
Yeah.
to be followed by It's Not Easy Being Green, which is like this is what we want out of this show. It's like it's 2 episodes of like
Mm-hmm.
with coupled by this is good television.
But then we had, the first arc of Once.
Well, yeah,
So
yeah.
there's that too.
That whole season is like I always say, it averages out to being kind of meh because that one. So yeah, that one has 2 episodes that get zeros for categories, followed by this half of the season, which currently already has 2 30s, and it's getting at least one more.
All right.
So
It's all gonna work out. Everything's gonna be a lot of fun.
it's all gonna be fine. It's all gonna be great, and we're all gonna have a great time. What in the Jesus Christ was that? Thank you all for listening. Join us next time when we discuss Once Upon a Time, episode 317, The Jolly Roger. Don't forget to like, rate, and follow the podcast wherever you listen so you can be notified every time we publish a new episode. Follow us at OBDYK_pod on Instagram and TikTok. And if you'd like to join our Patreon, you can find the link with more details in our show notes.
This has been an episode of Okay, But Did You Know? A TV and media podcast. It was hosted by Katie and Lauren and edited by Katie.